Welcome back, everybody, to episode 8 of the UAB Blazers, The Beginning, first season playthrough. This episode, we're going to be covering our road game against the Houston Cougars. They are 4-3 overall, 4-0 in the conference, and we are 2-5 overall, 1-3 in the conference. This is a road game for me, and they actually have the line with Houston favored by 18.5. So that's probably the worst line that I've faced this season. Again, not with a very good team. I think expectations to finish ninth in the conference, and probably preseason looking at an overall projected 3-9 season. We're kind of on target for that at 2-5, but that's okay. We're gonna keep plugging away at recruiting and trying to get guys in and see if we improve that in year 2 in year 3 going forward. Definitely wasn't expecting the moon this first season. I was looking at my roster and kind of looking at other teams in the conference roster and pretty much knowing it was going to be a struggle. But we're doing some things pretty good. We're doing some things pretty awful. So with that said, I think what we're going to do is we're going to cover this basically the same way we did the last game we played. I'm going to jump into the game and maybe do the first couple drives on offense and defense, jump back out, and get to halftime and come in with a halftime update, and then jump back out. And depending on how interesting the game may be, we'll kind of determine when I jump back in. If it's as ugly as the last game, I'll probably jump back in the last play or two to get the game closed out, and then we'll go into the other week's games, finish those out. We'll probably do like we did last time, close out the top 25, look for any upsets, knock out the Conference USA, kind of see how that finishes out, and then we'll go ahead and end the week and progress to the next week. And with that, then we can kind of do some standings, look at the standings and look at some leaderboards, and then lastly jump in and kind of see what we end up getting from a recruiting standpoint. So last week is pretty exciting. We got our 4-star quarterback, but also with that we ended up losing 4 guys we had offers out to, and a lot of the backup folks that I kind of had on the board to kind of take care of those if they went to the wayside. So we have some new guys on the board, and be interesting to kind of look and see where some of those things kind of take us and make a turn for. But be really interesting to see if we start getting any more interest, and if we have another influx of guys that we've lost, that's just going to basically end up starting to recreate our board a little bit. I think there's a couple of areas that I know already I'm going to have to go back out and start trying to find more guys for, and then hopefully this next week it'd be nice. I think I've got 4 guys signed. So the week before last we had 3 commits, and then last week we had the only commit was the 4-star quarterback. Coming this week, it'd be great to get 3 or 4 of these guys assigned, but I'm just not really seeing it, because I just don't see, out of anybody I've got offered out there right now, I just don't see that I've got anything more than just some interest. And I just feel like they're kind of just holding back, waiting to see if they have something else come back in, because I think the bulk of those guys, I think all of them actually that are remaining for the offers that I've got left, I've got 20 scholarships, I've got 4 commitments, and I've got 12 offers out there. So I still have 4 more offers I need to make. But out of the 12 offers we have out there standing on the board right now, I think we're the only offer really out there for all of them. But they've been on the board a long time. We've been recruiting them a long time. So we'll just see if that accounts for something, and maybe we can get some of them signed and kind of continue to work our way towards a better future. But anyway, without further ado, I think I'll jump in and let's get to this game and see kind of where we stand. So last episode I kind of went through the game planning and everything, and I did something a little bit different here, where I did my usual breakdown on formations and try and find some tendencies and patterns. I did go through and looked in detail down to Houston's defense and kind of what some of their opponents had ran against them, and tried to pick out 2 or 3 different plays on each one of the formations that actually seemed to work pretty well against Houston. And I'm going to test it, and I'm going to try and run some of those exact same plays against them and see if I have similar success as what their opponents had. Keeping in mind, though, if you look at Houston's teams that they played, I mean, they played Nebraska, Baylor, and Michigan, and those are their 3 losses, all out of conference, but strong opponents. And so you figure any success that those guys had on particular plays that looked like they worked well against Houston, I don't expect I'm going to have the same success, because I don't have the same players that Michigan, Baylor, and Nebraska have. But it's going to be an interesting shot to see, because I got to feel like that some of those plays had to have even been ran by East Carolina and Louisiana Tech and Middle Tennessee as well. And those are teams that Houston seemed to drum pretty hard. But we'll see if there's any kind of correlation there and see if it ends up working out well for us. But nothing jumped out on their offensive tendencies as far as formation. They actually run a ton of RPO, and it all appears to be out of the shotgun. Everything else they do, like particularly their formations really are I formation, pro set, and shotgun. Shotgun's all RPO. Pro set and I formation is really just balanced across the board. So they're going to be kind of hard to defend against, and that's the hardest thing for me is the defensive side. But we're going to plug away. I think the biggest thing for me is to try and get ball control. Try and win the time of possession. Ground and pound, run the ball. But I did set my game plan up here for the pass. So I think they're predominantly a run defense oriented defense, where they try and stop the run, and they're probably best at stopping the run. When that's said, I think I don't know if I need to come out and really kind of throw to try and open the run game up, but I think the first play I'm going to do is we're just going to try and just go back to Old Faithful here. Let's see what we got. And I'm not calling. If I get to call again, I'm not calling tails. I've called tails and lost the coin toss every single time this year. I'm going heads this time. I have not won a single coin toss the entire season. This is freaking crazy. That's a bad omen. But let's see here. So let's get this first possession underway. And I'm getting the ball first, so we'll see what we can do here. And I'm going to carry it out. That's not good. 11-yard line. That's great. All right. So, I do like to start in a pro set. And I'm going to come right out of the gate. Let's do a run. And I'm going to do a inside run from the pro set. And it's going to be a running back counter left. This is a play that seems to work fairly well against them. Let's see what I end up getting. 5. I'll take 5 every time. We'll take 5 every time. Alright, now I'm going to go 2nd and 5. I'm going to go RPO. RPO shotgun. And RPO shotgun. One thing I did notice too is for whatever reason their opponents ran a lot of pistol. I don't know if it was just a couple of the bigger Power 4 schools that was I'm not sure who was doing it. I didn't really go into the detail of looking game by game, but there's a lot of pistol that happened, and there's a lot of success on the pistol as well. Let's see where it takes us. And that's not good. Okay. Damn. I just can't. I cannot pass for crap. That's one play though. One play. Alright, I set my offense up to be a short outside, and we're gonna stay with that and see, because the shotgun, the other play, I think it wasn't in the shotgun formation, but this curl flats worked well on another formation. Let's see if I could just change it up a little bit. Man, 4th and inches. That's so dang bad. I would throw wear out there in a dang heartbeat, but I can't do it. Golly, if they stop me on the 20, that's just, I can't do it. If I was on the 50, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Man, that stinks. Better for them to get the ball on their 41 than on my own 21, so I guess there's that. So they're coming out in I formation. They run about 60% of the time out of that. So let's go. Let's defend the run. And what is the 3-5 soft? Let's do that one. Damn. 9 yards. LJ Castile. It's going to be a long day if I let him run 9 yards every play. Alright, they're in a shotgun 4. Shotgun 4. It's no RPO out of this. It's all split down the middle. The 2nd and short, they're gonna pass. They're gonna pass. Nope, they run it. Didn't get anything. 1 yard, 3rd and inches. Alright, and they're in a jumbo now, so jumbo. They're 2-to-1 run over the pass. I think 3rd and inches they're going to run. Goal line short. Man, I can't. Up to base. Man, they juked me on that. God almighty, 3rd. Back to a shotgun 4. I just have a hard time guessing. Seems like I think they're going to do one thing and they do the exact opposite every single time. Every single time. Can't do got two great backs, man. It's going to be a rotate in and out for them. Second and 4, they're in a pro set. It's running. Run RPO. Come on, get there. There you go. That's it, Sadler. Now they're in a wishbone. That's mostly run, but they have passed. 14 runs, 4 passes. Passes not been completely successful. Gotta do that. Be on them. Oh, God almighty. Give them a first. Oh, Lord have mercy. Penalties are killing me. Penalties are killing me. Throwing it with the 23. All right, that's Uganda. Good deal. Stopped him for no gain. Runs him out in a pro set now. Pro set. I'm still going to play pass here. I'm still going to play zone. And what is this? Blanket. I hope they don't go outside on this one. Ooh. Alright. 2 tight end set on a 3rd and 10. 2 tight end set on a 3rd and 10. Dang, they run 2/3 of the time out of this. They ain't running on a 3rd and 10. I've seen stranger things though. Cover 3. Where's go? Okay, let's try that. Oh, good deal. Short of the first. Get your field goal. Let's get your attempt. Let's try and... Alright, where are we at? Oh, not punt. Where are we at on time here? 19 minutes, okay. We're going to do... No good. Sweet. All right. That's awesome. That is awesome. So I get the ball on the 32. And let's go. Let's try and plug this left side. Dive left. 2 tight end dive left. Let's see what I get here. Yes. 12 yards. Shotgun full wide receiver, and I'm going to do, I don't know what's going right. I don't want to do that. Spread. Okay. Left is working so far. I can't keep doing it though. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Let's see. The tight end slant. See if we get something over the middle here. All right. I went to Stafford. 1st down. Cannot pass. I don't want to go on a 2nd and long or a 3rd and long. I can't afford to. Let's run an option play off the pro set going. Let's run this. Let's go this reverse option right. So I only got 4. Puts me down to the 41. I'm going to go RPO. I'm going to go run again. I formation. What do I have? No, that's hold on that. Running back counter left. This was a somewhat successful play. What am I, 2nd and 6? Let's try this. Hell yeah. 9 yards. Bedford's 4 for 33. Let me adjust my package. I'm going to go. Get Williams in there for a minute. All right. I saw a running back screen on this thing here somewhere. What was it? Where was it? There it is. Empty backfield 5. Play results. Yeah, yes. I'll take it. God, I'll take anything I can get. So that was successful. That was Williams. All right, that was Williams on the catch. Got the penalty 11, so I'm up to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 on the 11. Oh, sweet. All righty. Got to go spread running back dive left. Spread running back dive left. Okay, let's see what we get here. Penalty, damn it. Holding, no. Illegal block. Every time, dude, I tell you. I mean, I get these dang penalties. I know they just had one too, but I just shoot myself in the foot at the most inopportune times. It just frickin' happens. All right, where am I at now? 1st and 20 on the 21. Damn it. All right, I'm going to do a 2 tight end jumbo. We're going to go. Two tight end jumbo. That can't be there. Tight end deep out. That's not. Where's that play at? I gotta find that dang play. All right, let's back up. I'd already got a damn delay game penalty. All right, we're gonna go 2 tight end set. outside, 2 tight end set. Let's do this. That's going to be running back stretch left. Delay game. I laugh. Neutral zone infraction. Okay. That's better. 1st and 15. Got to go back to. Let's just do the same thing here. I set my formation. See what we get. I gotta get Bedford back in there. 2nd and 11. Get Bedford back in. All right, let's do RPO. RPO. 2 tight end set, stretch right bubble. 2 tight end set, stretch right bubble. Shit. All right, 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. All right. Empty backfield. This is going to be probably make or break right here. I got no faith in my passing game. Shit. That's just puts me one-dimensional so freaking bad. That was stupid. I should not have done that. That was freaking stupid. Stupid. All right. No good. You gotta be kidding me. They miss a dang 30-yarder and I miss a 30-yarder. Oh, man. Come on, Authridge. Jesus. Pete. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and pause. I'm going to step out of this one and we will jump back in with a halftime update. See you guys soon. All right, we are back with a halftime update. And when I left you guys last, things turned real ugly real fast. But yeah, 28-14. Things that kind of jump out is 3rd down conversions. I'm 0 for 5. I've not converted one yet. They're 4 for 7. I can't get them off the field on 3rd, whether it's 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 12. Oh, they have 312 total yards, but they've gotten over half of that yardage has come on their 3 long touchdowns. So in the first quarter, right there at the end, we were kind of duking it back and forth. They missed a field goal. We missed a field goal. Dropped you guys off, and we still kind of went back and forth a little bit. Nobody was really doing too much, and then there at the end, I guess I had to punt down to them. They got it on the 22, and really the first play that they had, 78 yards, that LJ Castile took it to the house, went 7-0. But on the ensuing kickoff, they kicked it to me, and Justin Williams returned it 71 yards, got it down. I guess, inside their 30-yard line on their side, gave us the short field, and we were able to take it in right there on really the first. I guess it was the first play of the second quarter, or it might have been it had to be the first play of the second quarter, I reckon. and was able to get it in with Arlen going to McCants on a pass. So that's kind of a rare passing touchdown for me this year. And then we kicked off to them. They had a decent return, got it all the way up to the 37, and very first play, 63-yard pass to Kyle Shoemaker, about to Kelvin Mills from Shoemaker. So I was basically in a minute 13 plus 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They had 2 touchdowns, a 78-yarder and a 63-yarder, and we had a 71-yard kickoff return and spent the time getting it down in the last 29 into the end zone. That made it 7-14. Then we got the ball back, couldn't do anything with it. That was where we fumbled. That's where we fumbled. Bedford actually did end up fumbling, and we got it around the 12 or 13-yard line on a bad decision to come out on the kickoff. I think we got a first down. We ran it up and kind of got it up to about the 28-yard line or 35-yard line or something like that, and ended up fumbling. Gave it back to them, and I think again they ran one play, got 5 or 6 yards, and then the very next play was a 28-yard touchdown pass from Shoemaker to Elrod. And we were down 7-21, and that was 10 minutes left in the half. We got the ball back, couldn't do anything with it. They got the ball back and drove it and got another touchdown. That was 7-28, really getting out of hand at that point. Then we kind of settled down, I guess, a little bit defensively. They ended up getting the ball a couple times and ended up having to basically punt a couple of those times. And that last drive, we ended up doing a pretty decent drive that last time down, right before the half with 1:20 left. We ended up getting another pass, a second pass from Arlen to Lewansky Ware, and made it 14-28. So, we're down 14. Got to kind of pick it up a little bit, I guess. Here I've got 2 turnovers. They have none. They're getting time of possession. Only 3 penalties for me so far, which is, knock on wood, that's pretty decent. But passing wise, I'm 11 of 16. Arlen's 10 of 15 for 74 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. And Bedford's running pretty well. I know that the last 7 minutes of the game, I was really passing more than I was doing anything. I don't know if I ran maybe 1 or 2 times out of those last 15 plays going into halftime, and that last drive was all pass. So they kind of got me out of my game. I'm 16 passes to 15 runs, but at least the passing game's working okay. They're killing me though. Castile's 8 carries, 124 yards, just killing me. I gotta shut them down the second half. Whatever I gotta do. Defensively, interior lineman, or actually defensive end here, got a sack with 4 tackles. And Marikar is having a good game. Now he's one of the ones that I did a focus on. He's got basically 4 tackles. 3 of those are TFLs. I've got no pressure on the quarterback. I've sacked him once and had 1 knockdown and 1 hurry, but not getting really any pressure on them. They've got to me a couple times, and I think both of those. Well, one of them was definitely in a key situation. And then my penalties of 2 of them on defense, 1 of them on offense. So all in all, I'm not doing too bad. On the offensive side, I've got that one. I think it was an illegal chop block or something like that. So we will go ahead and get this one played out, and I'll jump back in at some point. If it gets interesting, I'll jump back in. If not, I'll kind of jump back in towards the end. I'll see you guys back here soon. All right, jumping back in, finishing this one out. UAB is going to be 2-6. Just got our asses handed to us. 577 yards. They have 335 on the ground. Passing, they were 11 of 19, but still threw for 242 yards and 4 touchdowns. Castile ends up with 223 yards on 16 carries. Guillory close to 100 yards. Right there at the end, I had, honestly, it was 21-45 with a couple minutes left in the game. And I'm down around my 10-yard line or something like that, and Arlen ends up getting sacked and fumbled the ball. They got it on the short field, punched it in, and then the very next drive, they kicked off down there, and third play, something like that, he throws a damn interception, and it's returned 37 yards and a touchdown. So they got a very cheap 14 points in like 30 seconds. That's freaking complete garbage. But anyway, penalties, 7-7, pretty even across the board. I did have a punt blocked. That was interesting. Of course, anything that can go wrong has went wrong, so nothing's been good. Amar Carr had a pretty good game. 7 tackles, three TFLs. I got 16 seconds left in this thing, so I figured I'd just kind of show these out there. But again, last game I was atrocious on third down efficiency, and that's something that's carried over to this game. So I'm 1 for 13, 0 for 2 on fourth, and got to get this figured out. I don't know what's going on. I've played a lot of seasons, and I know I've got a bad team. I mean, they're not a great team, but I've played many seasons in these last 3 versions, particularly since the games got really good, really solid. And I gotta say, I've never had my ass kicked like I'm getting it kicked right now. And I mean, yeah, I've ran a couple seasons in 26 and even ran some test seasons, setting things and doing and stuff like that. And so it's not, maybe it has something to do with the version or something, but I just think it's, a lot of it has to do with the re-manipulation of the conferences I have. So I've, kind of went back to the old school and put us in an old school conference, USA conference. And I've got Memphis, Houston, Central Florida, really pretty damn strong teams that here recently have definitely stepped up their prestige and their rosters well above, I think, what a lot of the other teams that are kind of in, like the East Carolinas and stuff, and UABs and stuff like that. So it's just made it tough. I know the conference is tougher. Sad to say, it's one of the weakest conferences out there, I think, but I'm one of the weakest teams in that conference. So I've got quite the hole to dig out of. It's going to be an interesting few years in this thing when I get into year 2 after my first recruiting class and kind of move into maybe year 3 and so on and so on. It's going to be interesting to see if I'm able to build this thing up. I mean, I can't imagine. I'm not going to wood. I'm not going to say it. I hate to say it, but I can't imagine it gets any worse. But I mean, hell, there's only one way but up, right? But yeah, 59-21. That's quite the ass whooping right there. But let's get this thing finished out and kind of see where we go from here. That's just game over. Good. That was freaking about time. All right. So that said, we will jump in here. We were looking at the box score, so nothing's really different. I mean, they 577 yards. They had time of possessions 33-26. That's not huge, but 335 yards on the ground. I've got to get my damn run defense shored up. Something's got to change. That is just freaking god awful. I mean, and big frickin' plays too. 78-yard run, 63-yard pass, 28-yard pass, 70-yard run, 68-yard pass, 37-yard pick six. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, you don't see that crap but once or twice in a game, and they had that's both sides. They had damn 6 of them. Oh, Jesus, man. What the hell? Anyway, all right. Let's go to top 25. Let's get these things kind of played out and see where we go from here. So, starting at the back of the top 25, we got South Carolina, Tennessee. Tennessee started out strong, and they've slipped out. They're home with a 1.5 point favorite, and they triple overtime, pull it out. All right, they get the win. Texas is 5-2 on the road, 5 point favorite, and they don't cover the spread, but they get the win. Maryland, Georgia Tech. This one, Maryland's 23.5. Georgia Tech's 0-7. Wow, that's pretty ugly, and they continue that route. Penn State, at least I'm not having a Georgia Tech season yet. Penn State and Indiana. Penn State's favored, and Indiana slops them. Yeah, wow, both 5-3 now. Interesting. Auburn, LSU. LSU's a half-point favorite. Auburn's ranked, LSU's not. LSU's at home, and LSU gets the win. All right, ranked game here, Notre Dame and Michigan. And Notre Dame is in the Big Ten Conference here. So this is a conference game. Michigan is favored by 8.5, ranked higher, and Notre Dame pulls it off. Rutgers having quite the season. They should manhandle Connecticut. They win, but it wasn't pretty. Cincy and West Virginia. This is another regional games. West Virginia is favored by 20.5, and they pull that one out. Ohio State and Iowa. Ohio State's 5-1, and they do get the win, going to 6-1. So they're top 10 now. And here's maybe one of the games of the day, and it's going to be conference game UCLA at Oregon. 9-16. Oregon is favored by 5, and Oregon pulls it out. San Jose State against number 8 Boise, 7-0. Boise's a 15-point favorite at home, and they lose. Wow, San Jose State. I want to see what that San Jose State has. That Jurovich, that quarterback. I want to see what he did. He was 15 of 30 for 200. Nothing spectacular, but very interesting. Okay. All right, so Boise gets their first loss. Another conference game here, Iowa State against Nebraska. And Nebraska holds them off. Georgia is a 17.5 point favorite over Florida at Florida. And Florida's not doing very well this year, but they pull the upset. So Georgia has now lost to Alabama and Florida. God, Florida beat them. Wow. Another conference game, in-state, Miami at Florida State. And Florida State is pretty good in this game this season here. They're one of the top teams. And they lose. Wow, in overtime. All right. Game's getting crazy here now. Washington, California. And Washington pulls that out. They're 8-0, so they're definitely one of the tops. I guess North Carolina must have had a bye week this week, so I was wanting to see what they did. They're number 2, but they're not playing. Alabama or Vanderbilt, man, Alabama's a 36-point favorite. 7-0 against 2-5 Vandy. And they don't cover the spread, but they get the shutout, 26-0. Okay, all right, let's jump down to our conference games now. All right, let's see which ones are interesting here. Memphis and Tulane, that's who I play next. I'll do that one last. Let's do Southern Miss and East Carolina. And Wow. So I want to see what Brockmeyer did. See if he ended up throwing crazily. 12 of 18 for 248. Wow, man. Southern Miss 596 yards. Good Lord. To 488. And their quarterback was, oh God, Boyce was 26 of 40 for 437. East Carolina got that pick six there at the end. Dang. Alright. Alright, let's do Ohio and Louisiana Tech. Ohio's favored barely. And La Tech gets it. Alright. And Middle Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, Central Florida. Central Florida should smoke them. And they do. As expected, which is, I guess, a good sign for me. I've got La Tech still to play, and I've got Middle Tennessee still to play. So, that's my only two hopes for probably wins for the rest of the season. So, good Lord, I hope I'd like to get one more, at least be 3-9 as expected. Rice and Marshall. Be curious to see what Marshall does here. They're 8-point favorites. They end up taking it. Let's see what some of these. Wow. So Samuel's up. Did he go down again? Yeah, he got injured again. See, they get a lot of migraines. Are they getting hit in the head and getting migraines? I mean, why are they getting migraines in game? I don't get it. That's something that needs to probably change. It's a BS injury, especially for it to be an in-game injury. But Hart came in and kind of pulled it out for him, so that's good. I mean, hell, Samuels was 5 of 8 for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns starting out. Had one run for 13 yards. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see what Memphis and Tulane do. So Memphis is my rival. They're on the road against Tulane. That's my next opponent. So Memphis is 2.5-point favorites. And damn, Tulane beats them. Wow. Bratcher 2,905. Okay. All right. So that basically takes. Let's go ahead and sim 9. Jump in and look at some standings. And then we'll check and see what kind of recruiting commits we hopefully might have got, and maybe who we lost to. So we're stepping into week 10. Let's jump at the standings here. I'm going to try not to look down at some of these recruits, but Florida State, North Carolina. So North Carolina's still 7-0. They're going to be playing Illinois, and they're 1-6, so they're big favorites there. So they're probably going to go 8-0. Another big game is Maryland, Miami. That should be a good one. The American Conference. There's a lot of spreads. A lot of them kind of going away from America. Americans got a couple of them in there. Strong team right now is Western Kentucky. Kind of expected. They're 5-0 in conference. Look at the Big East. And Rutgers is 7-0. Still sitting there pretty well. They're going up against Louisville, who was the expected conference winner in the Big East this year, but they're sitting 3-5, and Rutgers is a 13-point favorite on the road. And then you got Pitt and UConn. That's a big spread there as well. West Virginia, App State. That's a big spread. So Rutgers, looks like Rutgers and West Virginia is gonna pull away in this. And I don't know. Pittsburgh's, they're both 5-0. That's gonna be the freaking game right there. Is Pitt and West Virginia. Big Ten. All right, Big Ten. We got Ohio State's 4-0, and Notre Dame's up there at the top on the other side. Ohio State and Notre Dame play too. OSU is a 2-point favorite on the road. It's gonna be a good one. And then we got the Big 12. Oklahoma State 5-2, 4-0 in conference. Iowa State is 6-2, 5-1 in conference. Both of them are ranked. Texas and Baylor's not out of it. And actually Iowa State and Texas play, so that actually could shuffle some things around pretty good there. Texas being at home is a 7.5-point favorite. Then we step into our conference. We are looking at, see, Tulane is, oh man, Lord have mercy. I'm back at home and they're still a 17.5-point favorite, so it's going south for us very, very fast. Right now, Memphis and Marshall are 4-1 in conference on the east side, and Houston still has it 5-0 in conference on the west side. And just having played them, I can't see. I got to see Houston in the conference championship game. Probably between them and Memphis, if I had to guess. But I think Houston's going to probably run away with it with the Conference USA this year. MAC conference. And they're all about 500. I mean, but your top guys are Akron, Central Michigan, Mountain West, and we got Boise State 7-1. They just hit that loss, and San Jose State jumped up there. They're 6-2, 4-1 in conference, so they just pulled that upset off. Pac-12, Washington's 8-0, 5-0 in the conference. Utah is 3-1 in the conference. And Southeastern Conference here, SEC. So Georgia's got 2 losses. They lost to Bama and Florida, but they're still sitting up there 5-2 on the East. And right now it's Auburn and Alabama. So Auburn's 5-1 in conference, and Bama's 8-0 overall, 5-0 in the conference. So that's going to be looking like a very interesting Iron Bowl. And then last but not least, the Sun Belt. James Madison 6-2, 4-1 in the conference, and then North Texas Brigham Young are 5-1, 5-1. So I figured Brigham Young would kind of run away with that one. North Texas is giving them a battle, and that's going to be JMU and Brigham Young. So that's going to be a test for Brigham Young there. All right, let's go into leaderboards. Let's check some player leaders. Passing. Let's see. So McKeon from NC State. Jurovich is up there, 2,200 yards for San Jose State. Mickey Regis looking good. Crane still. So let's see who's throwing 14 picks. Mathis for Arkansas still up there. And then we've got 3 guys with 20 touchdowns. But the yards, McKeon, 2,200. Let's take a look at rushing now. All right, we got our first 1,000-yard rusher. Basically 8 games in the season, about 2/3 done. So probably pacing to get about 1,500 yards. And that's at Julian Hayes from Rutgers. He's got 1,014 yards. Damn, on 109 carries, a running back, 9.3 yards per carry average. Good grief. What? 13, 184, 11, 118, 12, 162, 19, 200. Holy smokes. Wow. 98, 93, wow. Okay. Delroy Collins is right behind him there. So Kalani Aldridge, quarterback's 932. So he's going to reach the 1,000-yard mark for the quarterbacks. Next quarterback behind him is Kenny Wilborn. He's 755. I think he'll catch that mark as well. Clay Hebert is 700, and Emmanuel McPherson 683. So let's look at the quarterback rushing. That's kind of where we stand now. So you're still looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 8 that will still probably be close to reaching, probably hitting 1,000 mark. That's a lot for quarterbacks. My guy, man, I expected so much more out of him. Running 90 speed. I thought it's 24 carries though. He's not sitting here with 100+ carries. I mean, if he did, he'd be sitting with about 600 yards, so he'd be right up there with him based off of average. It's just not working out. that way. It's just not working out. Running backs, or let's do the receivers. So, man, this is the thing that just really kills me, though. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at, and this I just don't get. Toledo has ran this guy 87 times in 8 games. He's basically carrying that jet sweep, or whatever, reverse, whatever the hell it is. They got that in his game plan. It's not working. I don't understand why they keep doing it. I mean, he's 1.7 yards per carry. That's pitiful, and they keep doing it. Makes no sense. Henry the same way. I mean, any of these guys, all of these, 79 carries for 89 yards. Are you freaking kidding me? Why do they keep doing that? This is a major fault in the game. Probably my biggest complaint is this right here. Because if this isn't happening and not working, the team should not, AI should not be doing it. I mean, they're just burning plays at that point, literally burning plays. That's why I do not run my receivers. I just don't do it. It's ridiculous. All right, fullbacks. I'm still up there. Lemansky still got the yards for fullbacks in the country, 519. He didn't have a lot last game. He hadn't really done a hell of a lot the last 2 games, really, on the ground. Well, 9 for 49, but he didn't. Yeah, he caught 3 passes though. I mean, I think he was only targeted 3 times. He caught 3 passes. 2 of them were touchdowns. But running the ball, he was 5 for 4. And he did get stuffed on another 4th down. So I think they're catching on to him. They're catching on to us. And this is interesting. What was this? Key play 16. Value per snap 1.75. That's interesting. Effort C+. Jesus, seriously? I don't. How the hell do you get that with a fullback that's doing this? I don't know. All right, let's go to receiving now. Let's see who's got the most yards. And that's going to be Alvin Marchant, still up there, still the same guy. Going with catches is Pipkins. He's still up there. He's been up there pretty much every week all year. Got 59. And the leading tight end is still Griffin Milner, guy from JMU. He's got 52 catches. Honestly, I really expected so much more out of my tight ends. I'm not even close to anywhere. What am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down? No, tight ends. Let's see. I'm way down past it. Well, 6 down. Crawley, 15 catches. But running backs, get out Conference USA overall. So Corey Manning's got 20. Levester Bryant's been up there, but Manning's passed him now, so he's got 28. And then fullback catches. Adewanye is now down, so Frederick's passed him, and so has Sanders. And then my guy's down here with 15. I didn't realize that his only 2 touchdown receptions came in the last game. I thought he had a touchdown reception previously. I guess not. He's got 7 rushing. Okay. All right. And that's that. Now let's jump into defense. All right, we're approaching a century mark for tackles. Stedman Bailey still up there. He's still the same guy. Kessler as well, 93-81. Dontrell Kingsley with 80. I don't have anybody relatively even close up here at the top. Interceptions was 6 last week. Yeah, so Givens still has 6. Julian Cromartie with Georgia Tech just must have got another one, because I think before that was 4. He got several with 4. And all right, sacks. Ooh, Seymour George. Damn, he jumped up there kind of out of nowhere. What was his performance? Oh, he had 5 tackles, 5 sacks against in a loss to Syracuse. That's interesting. 5 sacks. All right, that's what put him on the map, because he was sitting down here somewhere. And then you got Edgar Cole, Dexter McCole, both have 8, and then several with 7. And looking at the team totals on the sacks, I think they're starting to pick up a little bit here now. So now you got Washington still leading the country with 44. Memphis out of the Conference USA, number 2 in the country with 42 sacks. All right, and then the low on the poll there is New Mexico's got still only 3 sacks on the season. Florida International has 4. Wow, Illinois, that's kind of unexpected. Power team in a power conference only was 6. Kent State, Wyoming was 6, and then you're kind of getting up in the 7, 8, 9s. So they're basically about 1 a game here, and they're kind of below par. And going back to special teams, return touchdowns. All right, so Thierry Barnes has 2. He's the only one with more than 1. And then over here, we got several here with 2 here. Antoine Flagler, Arthur Clayton, Willis Dabney, Jeffrey Davis, and Corey Manning all have 2. He's got the most return, 26, Vincent Winslow. And kick returns are 22, Darren Avery. And then you go to kicking, and we got punters. So again, 3 guys with a plus, that's this deep in the season with a plus 50 average on punting. Another 2 or 3, another 9, 49 or more. Yeah, just steroid punting here. I mean, seriously. I mean, it takes you 2 pages to get down to getting 45 or less. That's insane. It's just too much punting. Field goal long. We got a few guys in here with 60 plus. I just watched the Dallas Cowboys kicker today kick one for 64 to put them into overtime. Kick one for 64 yards. I was like, damn. And then only to find out that's not his career long. He had a 65 yarder, I guess, last year. That's crazy. Most attempts is Ken Jagowski, 42 touchdowns Washington's made, or probably more. I don't know how many times they went for 2. All right, and then you get the other, and then this is the overall plays, but it's just based off of someone that has 1 or more penalties. So the leading penalty getter is Eric Lloyd. Looks at, defensive tackle. Wow, two defensive tackles at the top, committing 11 penalties. And then on offense, go look at sacks allowed. You got Darius Preston, New Mexico State's allowed 14 sacks. That's pretty bad. And Pancakes, 84. Missed blocks. My guy's finally dropping down the list here. That's good. I mean, he had 6 in week 1, so against Tennessee. So take those out, and the last 9 weeks he's done pretty good. And then performance. This is one that always kind of interests me. So still shows your top performer is this Seymour George, 34 tackles, 11 sacks. And then you got Stedman Bailey, which is 93. Okay. And then that Kalani Aldrich, I kind of see that. I mean, he's 1,500 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, but he's already right at 1,000 yards rushing too. So, I mean, hell, if I'm looking at the end of the year and I'm picking a Heisman guy, depending on how the season kind of continues to go and end, I mean, probably right now the 2 guys I'm looking at is probably that Kalani Aldrich with Washington, and then possibly that Julian Hayes, running back for Rutgers. I guess it just depends on how their seasons kind of finish out. But right now, to me, though, that's the 2 best individual performances that's kind of happening right now. All right, so that basically covers that. So we're down to that, and I guess now it's time to sneak a peek and see what we might have done recruiting-wise. And right now, some player performance for Houston, there better be a ton of F's in this. And of course, there's not. I mean, I got, I don't know. I just don't put much in this. Not this email. I don't put much in this one either because I get that out of the other stuff. All right, now I got some guys that looks like they're probably going to be getting pissed here. All right, so I got my third string center. I really don't want him to be mad, but I need to keep him. He's I've got a senior and a junior center ahead of him. This guy's only a sophomore, and damn, I got to figure something out with Swanson. And then this McDaniel, I thought he was getting some playing time, but two offensive linemen. That's not good. Training report. Justin Williams got a couple different ones. Jamar Pearson's a couple different. Of course, he's way down the depth chart on me. Sights, kicking accuracy. He had a punt blocked. Accurate right to his glove of his hand. All right, let's see. Here's the recruiting. All right, what do we got? No commits. That sucks. Not a single commitment. And Brumley, that's not a big deal. Joseph, that sucks. Cedric's is not a big deal because I filled my running back. Cassell's not that big a deal. Rashante Lanier, that sucks. That was my free safety offer. Son of a gun. And then Nelmerson Angela, he finally committed to JSU. I figured he was going. No freaking commits. Damn. Swanks, so all of these guys I just kind of had hidden. I pretty much had given up on them or wasn't expecting them to do. This Darnay Martin, man, I was surprised. I went back and I pulled him off the list this last week because he had an offer and it was to LSU. And I was sitting there looking at his ratings. I'm sitting there thinking, damn, there's a lot of receivers ahead of that Darnay Martin. LSU liked him for some reason, but I was kind of curious about that. So, golly, man, no recruits, no commits. That freaking blows. All right, well, let's see where we stand here. I want to go into home and see what we had here that committed. 170 players, so we didn't quite hit the 200 mark. It was close. Didn't quite hit it, but damn, highest ranked recruit still that number 2 overall, that Charles McCutcheon. So we've got 670 total recruits have committed this season so far through week 10. And 370 of those, 55% of them, have just been these last 2 weeks. And looking at the top, all right, Bama's moved up to number 1. Washington's number 2. Carolina dropped it from 2 to 3 on a bye week. Then you've got, that's your 3 undefeateds, and you got Ohio State 6-1, Florida State 6-2, then undefeated West Virginia 8-0, and Wisconsin, Georgia's still hanging up there in the top 10. Oregon, Miami, Notre Dame, and then undefeated Rutgers is 12. They're the ones out of the Big East. I was expecting Louisville. It looks like it's going to be Rutgers. Then you got Texas, Iowa State, Maryland, UCLA, Clemson, Michigan, Oklahoma State, Boise, Utah, San Diego State, LSU, Nebraska, and Auburn. Okay. Real quick, jump in here, and then we'll close this one out. I'm sitting at about another hour. I just want to look at some of my targets here. God, man, Orton's still biding his time. All right, and so here's a tackle that's warmed up for me. I could probably get him if see, good Lord. All these guys are warming up. They're not even freaking offered. Anybody I have offered still sitting there. Jermaine Bird's stepped up. Finally, I got somebody I got an offer to that's kind of stepped up. Oh, these other ones though are still just sitting with some. All right, golly. And see, I could probably sign Judith too. It almost makes me want to just freaking damn pull Lindsay's scholarship and offer to Judith. I probably ought to do that. At the end of the day, I was sitting there looking at him. I mean, hell, I think he may be the better offer any dang way. I look at Lindsay. Hell, he is. This dude can't pass block. He's average pass blocker. Bad hands. Starting to get aggravated with that. Marcel Williams, I think if I offer him, he might, I might do well with him too. I do like tackling's an F though. God, that's just not good. Jermaine Bird, come on, dude. Let's see, I need you. Let's see, everybody else is just sitting idle. Still. Okay. Yeah, so I've lost Orton. He's gone. He's got 5 offers now. I guarantee you he's got these 4 have offered along with me, and there's snowball's chance in hell I'm getting him. That jumped up quick. I'm surprised he didn't already commit, but I could guarantee you I am not with some interest, and he's got 4 other offers. I'm bailing. I'm gonna bail. Everybody else is a 1, but if I look at that, then that just means I've got to turn around and I got to offer Curtis. I need to go ahead and probably jump in and get Curtis offered pretty quick. See agility, but yeah, I got to offer Curtis. So that's something I'm gonna do next. Do this next round when I go through. I'm gonna just pull Orton and just I'm bailing on that one and go all in on him. Probably do this home game. I'll probably just do an official visit with him too. Just try and jump up and get him signed if I can. Because I'm gonna need Curtis and Bird. I need 2 of them. So that's unfortunate, but it is what I was never expecting to get him anyway. Just fishing along, man. I just had the damn hook in my damn jaw on that one. Ranked 85 overall. Who the hell was I kidding? That ain't gonna happen. Alright, I'll pull out of that one. Alright, well I think that's gonna end this episode. So again, that's kinda looking gloom and doom right now. I'm on a 4-game losing streak. Led at halftime against Central Florida. We lost the game. Tied, I think, with I led SMU big and just got blown out. No, I think it was tied. And then Marshall, what was the half? Let's see. Yeah, I led that one. And we were tied, and they just blew me out in the second half. That's the thing, man. I'm getting crushed in the second half. I'm just getting freaking slaughtered. I was tied with Marshall. I mean, look at these losses. I mean, I lost by 7, and I led by 11 at halftime. Lost by 31 and tied at halftime. Lost by 11 and tied at halftime. And of course, this one I just never had a chance there. I was down 28-14 at halftime on that one. Still though, what I lose by 35. I was down by 14 at halftime, so the second half they still just squashed me. 31-7. Just getting slaughtered in the second half. I mean, just slaughtered. See what Tulane has. 33-10. See, they lost to LSU, lost to Brigham Young, lost to Marshall. Those are all kind of expecteds. They beat SMU, which I couldn't do. Hell, they beat Memphis. So, yes, it's probably going to be pretty ugly, too. Look at recruiting news. Right now, Georgia's got 15 commits, and they're Number 1 in the country. If I look at Conference USA, I'm 5th. Hell, I was 2nd last week, but these teams have come up and got more recruits. But I tell you what, there's only been 2, 3, 4, 5 4-stars signed, and I've got one of them. SMU's got 2 though. They got Chad Lilly, number 88 overall, and Dwayne East. And then Tulane's got Jason McCusker, who's a guard. I've got the Mark Penn quarterback, and then Memphis has got one as well. Memphis has only got 2 signings right now, but they do have a 4-star, that TC Sloan and Johnny Okalise, receiver. Southern Miss is only sitting there with 1. But all in all, so I've got 34 points. I've got 34 points on recruiting, which puts me currently 34 points puts me currently down. I'm 66. 66 out of 132, so I'm right smack in the middle. Right in the middle there. But honestly, I think by season's end, I think with me being UAB and the season I'm having and kind of with my prestige, honestly, I mean, hell, if I ended the season at 66, I'd probably be pretty damn happy with that. Honestly, I mean, hell, because you figure, looking at Conference USA and kind of where we are, I mean, you'd probably be thinking somewhere between 90 and 100 would be what would be maybe expected. I don't know. But yeah, 66. I'd take that if I can continue to get some signings in. But I mean, damn, look at these guys. Good Lord. Georgia Bulldogs sitting there with 15. Damn. Check this out. Alabama. I mean, they're 5th in the country in recruiting right now, but I mean, it's only because they've only got 11 recruits, and the people ahead of them's got 15, 16, but they've got 5 stars. I mean, think about that. I think there's only 55 stars out of the 4,000 that are in the recruiting class, and they've got 5 of them already. Man, they got the number 1 guy, number 3 guy, number 25, number 27, and number 28. Running back Lorenzo Vickers, Landon Beck center, Kurt Frost tackle, Lance. Golly, 3 of them are dang offensive linemen. They're gonna be badass in a year or 2, even above what they are. Kyle Hegarty, quarterback. That's insane. That's crazy. Very, very nice job by them. All right. I'm going to go ahead and close this one out and get this one posted up and live to see another day. And we will, next episode, kind of follow the same pattern. I think I'm going to do probably 2 episodes. I'm going to go through the recruiting and game planning and everything for Tulane. Then I'll probably jump in, do the game, and do the recruiting reveal, the same as this one, and we'll pick it up from there. But it'll probably be later in the week, midweek, something like that, before I probably get the next one out. And we'll talk to you guys later. Hope you all have a great week.